Hello, this is GeotechLand, and today I'll be talking about YouTube's monetization policy. And so if you guys weren't aware, recently YouTube announced that in order to have your YouTube channel monetized, you do need to have a minimum of 10,000 subscribers and about 4,000 hours of views. And so this is going to hurt a lot of the smaller YouTube creators, even though they're probably not getting too much in advertising if they have 10,000 or under 10,000 subscribers, but it still sends a message that the main power behind YouTube these days is the advertisers, and it's not too surprising that this is the way things have become. When YouTube first started, it was a very cool place for creators to share their views, and it grew, and we got to hear so many diverse voices, and that's kind of why it grew so big. But because YouTube is for-profit, eventually, as with any for-profit, I guess you could say social media, whether it's like Facebook and Twitter, when they start out, it's all free and there's no advertisements, and it's all this really cool thing. And eventually, because they need to make profit, they need to grow, they start introducing ads, and they start sucking, basically. Now, especially with YouTube, ads was always like a double-edged sword, because it did allow a lot of small voices and unique voices to sustainably, actually put out videos. They put out their videos, express their views, their own opinions, and they made a living off of it. But there comes a point where now that since it's still the case that advertisers still hold more power than the people or than the creators, they kind of start dictating who's getting paid now. And so a lot of diverse voices have been essentially they've been reduced to having their channels not monetized, and so they can't make a living out of it anymore. One thing YouTube did sort of right, and some may disagree, is when they introduced YouTube Red, I obviously thought, YouTube's now we got to pay to have YouTube for $10 a month. But when I think about it, it was kind of their way of trying to take power away from the advertisers, because if we actually just start paying directly to YouTube to watch their videos, then if everyone started doing it, then advertisers would have no power, and then we'd be the ones with the power. Like, hey, if YouTube does something we don't like, we stop subscribing, they lose all the money. And so it's kind of like their way of not relying on the advertisers. So I sort of kind of give them some credit for introducing that. Right now, Patreon seems pretty cool, right? It does seem to give you, the creators, more freedom and more power to control how they're paid. And although it is for profit, so again, it has the potential of becoming like YouTube or like Facebook. So we got to be careful. Right now, probably the purest way to give someone money that I can think of is signing up for LibrePay. They're basically sort of like Patreon, but they're nonprofit and they're open source. So, and the way they get paid is they actually have their own page, and you can donate to them the same way. It's like they have their own account, so that's the best way to support them. I think when you use LibrePay, the only money they take out is for whatever you get charged with, like I guess credit card fees. But that's pretty much it. The creators keep pretty much the rest of the money, and LibrePay doesn't take anything. Again, you can support them directly as well with their own page. So there are alternatives out there. Right now, I'm publishing on YouTube and I am monetizing, but and I was trying on Patreon to create, like, all right, if we meet this tier, I'll eventually just cut out ads on YouTube, and so they're gonna get cut down anyway. Right now, do you think on my Patreon channel, I only have a goal of getting about $100 to pay Vimeo to not to have a higher limit. So that's going to be like one of the ways I can publish really high quality videos. Right now, I've also signed up for BitChute, which they seem to do. I like the way they're using like a torrent, the power of torrents, or peer-to-peer to power their site. So that seems pretty cool. So on my Patreon channel, I'm gonna pretty much post videos, my videos from Vimeo. Every once in a while I'll put BitChute, or I'll probably kind of interchange them. I won't publish my YouTube videos there, because since if you're on Patreon, I'm assuming you're donating to me and to support my content. So you shouldn't have to. You should be watching ad-free videos, right? And so you're gonna get that with Vimeo and with BitChute, and if another alternative comes up, I'll start, or another alternative that I feel it's gonna take off, or it's pretty cool and viable, I'll start posting links to my videos in that on Patreon. So one other thing I am doing is I'm starting a political channel. I guess I don't want to say political news, because I'm not really going to be covering news. I'm actually going to be tackling ideas, especially ideas of very popular alt-right personalities. I feel that a lot of the way people attack them and criticize them is not effective. They're going about it the wrong way. And so I'm definitely I'm gonna try to expose them, but not them as a person, but expose their ideas. So I think it's gonna be a pretty cool channel. So I'll put a link in the description below, so check it out. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.